Hi, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve. Well, Happy New Year, right? I'm going to run this for a few days. So if you see this after, understand that it's recorded on New Year's Eve. So it doesn't matter. The facts are still the facts. But Happy New Year's. And I had a really great radio show this morning. And I talked about how 2020 should really be a year for all of you that have either been injured at work or in an accident and feel just either out of the loop, feel like you've lost control of your life, your health, et cetera, you feel like the insurance companies give you a runaround to take your life back. You should make a resolution to take my life back, right? And you do that by getting good legal representation. But it goes further than that. If you are currently with a lawyer that you're not satisfied with, this is your time to do something about it. This is your time to call another law firm, whether it be myself or somebody else. This is your time to get second opinions and see, am I just being unrealistic, or is my case getting the shaft? This is also your time, like I said, if you're handling your comp case by yourself, as I always tell you guys not to do, without at least a consultation with a lawyer, this is your chance to rise up and say, you know what, I am done fighting with these people, fighting to get my checks, fighting to get this, fighting to get that. I'm going to let a lawyer handle the rest of it, right? And this is also a time if you're in a car accident and you've put all the trust into the insurance companies that they're going to do the right thing. This is your time to say, you know what, maybe a consultation with a lawyer is a good thing for me. Okay, I think that I'd like to take this time of year and talk about whether, and again, this is unbiased, guys, right? So whether it be me or somebody else, what you need to look for when you're choosing an injury attorney, because there's so many of us, right? There's lots of us. You turn on your TV, there's an injury lawyers. You ride in the highway, there's injury lawyers. You go to the movies, sometimes injury lawyers pop up. So you really want to know what to look for. And I will tell you, guys, we do it, right? Billboards, right? So we have billboards, and also we have a partnership with Channel 8, WTNH, and we do, I do some spots on Connecticut Style, and I have a live radio show. But those things shouldn't be the only things you'll look for, right? So just because you see that some attorney, man or woman, is posting a billboard, your search doesn't end there, right? Because that's their opinion of themselves, right? You need to do your research. That's the start. That is how an attorney says, look, consider me, right? But that's not all you should go by. You need to read reviews online, or you have to, right? Because your colleagues and your friends and your peers are all judging and how this attorney performed for them, right? And you want to read those reviews. You want to go on Avvo, AVVO. You want to go on Google. You want to go on Facebook, and you want to check out these reviews. If an attorney doesn't have a lot of reviews, I would say that should be a deterrent in some ways. By a lot of reviews, I mean more than 10 maybe, because you want to make sure that you know what people are saying about them, right? So we can say whatever we want about ourselves, but if you don't put your money where your mouth is to your clients, forget it, doesn't matter. Avvo is great. Avvo actually grades us as well based on our reputation. One additional thing I would say to do is go on Better Business Bureau, BBB. We are one of the few law firms in Connecticut that are actually associated with the BBB, and we're accredited by the BBB. So that's kind of a big deal, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you check all of that out. So BBB, Better Business Bureau, so you know what people are saying about these attorneys, right? So that's the big thing if I had to give you something. And look at the lawyer's website. Do they have a website? If they don't, I'd probably say shy away. Why? They're not investing in their business, or they're kind of caught in the past, right? So that's also kind of an issue too. You don't want that to happen. And you also want to take a look to see, is their website like up to date? Is it just like something that was thrown together like cheaply, inexpensively? If it was, guys, they're probably, if they're not investing in their firm, how are they going to invest in your case, right? So some cases are very expensive. They need experts. There's been cases we've put out $20,000 on, right? You want cases to definitely go through the process. And you want an attorney that's going to say, if I need to spend money, this is how I'm going to spend it. I'm going to spend it here. I'm going to spend it here. I'm going to spend it here. And I'm going to risk my funds so that my client can potentially prevail at the end, right? That's what you want. All right. And that's unfortunately not what all attorneys provide. if you also do a website search, look to see who the attorneys are in the firm, right? So let's see, just because one lawyer, myself, for instance, is on the billboards, I'm not the only one, right? So look to see what you can find about the other lawyers. Google the lawyers. When were they barred? What have they ever been disciplined? You can find all this stuff. It's public, guys, all right? But you definitely want to look this up, because one of these attorneys might get your case, right? And you want to make sure you have a say in it. That person on the billboard, I am one of the few attorneys in Connecticut, I will say this for the record, that when you call my office, you can access me. Yes, I'm on billboards. Yes, I'm on TV. Yes, I'm on the radio. I have access. Any of my clients will tell you they can get access to me. That is not what you're going to get from most, not all, but most of the billboard attorneys. Those people are business people now. I'm not saying they're not lawyers, but they are running a business. They are not practicing law regularly. That's a problem for you, because you think you fall in love with that person, right? And you think that person is going to be on your case. No. So all the promises that person is making you, that person's not going to be working on your case. So how the hell are they going to meet them, right? So don't be outsmarted by an attorney that's just going to say, hey, sign up with us, we're the best, da 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 da, when that attorney's not even the one that's going to even probably touch your case. Ask them, say, where do you live, and where are your houses? Most of them are in Florida, guys, all right? It's winter, they're in Florida. You won't find them in the offices up here most of the time, unless they're here for a week and then they go back. So understand, you want an attorney that's, running a business, sure, but you want an attorney that's actually present, somebody that you can access, somebody that you can actually walk in, make an appointment, and see. And you don't always get that, all right? And you also want your attorney respected in the courtroom. So if a lot of these attorneys, the judges know who they are, right? They know that they're just kind of talking heads and they're marketing people, and that's all they are. And the judges know who they are, right? And the juries know who they are too, right? And the clerks know who they are. So the expectation that, hey, so-and-so is going to be my attorney and everything else needs to go out the window, because until you see who you meet with, see which associate they put you with, right? No problem meeting with an associate, but if you think you're getting this like glamorous promise, oh, I'm going to do the best I can, you're going to get the best settlement, fight, win, and all these other things that all the law firms say, by the way, I would definitely call them out on it and say, okay, so how are you, the one on the billboard, going to fight for me and win for me and do all these things? Because that's who I think I'm hiring. I don't think I'm hiring these other people. So that's important you guys understand. Now, there's no problem with other attorneys being involved, but you want to make sure that if that person's the one making promises to you, you have access to that person, all right? You also need to understand something. There are some firms that do defense and plaintiff work. Literally, during the day, they're knocking on plaintiffs saying, they're not that injured, they only saw a chiropractor, blah, blah, blah. And by night, they're representing plaintiffs. Oh, my plaintiff is so injured, they're hurt, chiropractic care, whatever. Guys, you can't turn that off, all right? Either if you're cheap, you're cheap. And defense attorneys have to be cheap. I'm not saying they're cheap negatively, but that's what they do. That's how they're trained. How you turn off fighting against plaintiffs for fighting for plaintiffs in the same day is beyond me. But guys, there's an obvious bias in my opinion there. I personally don't think it should be allowed. It is allowed, so that's fine. But understand that there's a Jekyll and Hyde firms, and you should need to go on their website and see what your practice areas. We represent insurance companies and plaintiffs. Well, that's a problem. I would run the other way, guys, because how do they stay up to date on all the plaintiff stuff, and how do they turn it off? How do you know they're not going to value your case too little because they're so used to fighting against the plaintiffs, right? So keep that in mind. Rewards and reviews, right? I've kind of gone through this with you guys before. I'll do it again. Rewards and reviews. You can buy awards as an attorney. Okay, you can. It's the truth, right? You can go online. You can spend $250 to $300. They'll send you a plaque. You hang it in your office. Now everybody thinks I'm cool and I can put something on my website. Look up the awards they're claiming they earned. There are some really awesome awards you can get doing what we do, but you get it performance-based. You don't get it because you just send somebody a check. So look up the awards. Say, okay, what is this award for? What is this award for? What is this award for? What are the qualifications to get it? You'd be surprised how many of those awards are just crap. And look at their practice areas. And why I say that is typically the order that you list your practice areas in is the order that they I don't want to use the word specialize, but is typically the order in which they handle them, right? So if workers' comp is on the bottom, why are you going to hire that lawyer? You want a lawyer where workers' comp is in the top 3 things that they do. Comp always changes, guys, and it's a hard system to navigate. So you want to be up there. Personal injury, the same thing. My opinion, and again, guys, this is my opinion, it is dangerous when you go with an attorney that does everything. I don't want, if I'm a client, I don't want an attorney to go from a real estate closing to bond somebody out for a criminal case to swing by and pick up a retainer for a divorce case and then go to your hearing for a personal injury case. How do you do it? I don't know, but you can't possibly be great at everything. It's just not possible, okay? Not possible. If I'm you, I want somebody that just does injury law and workers' compensation law. And you want somebody that does both, by the way. There's a reason for that. You want them to understand both systems. They're both very different. But if I have a comp case, I want an attorney that's been in a courtroom and litigated, right? If you just have an attorney that's only comp, maybe they haven't been in a courtroom and litigated. And litigating a regular Superior Court car accident case in front of a jury is much different, and I'm not saying more difficult, but much more involved and much more evidence heavy than a comp case, right? So you want somebody that's done both. So if they were already so used to doing car accidents and litigation in car accidents, guess what? A comp case is going to be like, I got this, no problem. I'm good. We're going to handle this, okay? So important. Keep that in mind. You want somebody that is going to have your back and somebody that's going to live up to their promises and somebody that's not just going to be fueled by the money, okay? You want to see what they do in their community. You want to see what they do if they do social media videos like this. I think these are important for you guys because you guys learn. And you want to hire a lawyer not only because, okay, well, my friends know this or blah, blah, blah. They know this person. You want to hire them because you have a good feeling about them, that you feel they're genuine, you feel better after speaking to them, and you feel that they can actually offer you something. Because if you have a weird gut feeling or a negative feeling, you're probably not meeting with the right person, which is fine, guys. That's okay. It happens to people. But, you need to make sure that you pick the person that you understand is going to be the poster child for your case. So if you aren't getting benefits, or if it's a car accident case and you're in the courts in front of a jury is going to be judging this person, right? Is my attorney likable? Will a jury like this woman or man? How's their energy? How's their charisma? Are they kind of worn out from several years of practice? Do they have a lot of good energy? When they present to a jury, is a jury going to like my attorney? Because guess what, guys? We're your first line of defense, okay? We're on the front lines. So the jury gets through us, then they get to you. If the jury doesn't even want to get through us, then you have a problem, right? So guys, I like to do this this piece here because it's so important you guys remember the going back to basics, and you're not fooled by the attorney marketing that is Connecticut, which is so much more here than it is anywhere else. To be in this market, you have to spend money to advertise. You just have to, right? So, and I say, well, if I have to spend money to advertise, which I have no problem doing, let's throw up fun billboards, right? So we have a new one coming up soon, and we have some other really exciting changes. We have an app that's going to be coming out early spring, which is going to be awesome. We are going to be starting a podcast. That's going to be awesome. More news to be had on that. I can't really get into that too much. And we're making a lot of awesome changes based on your feedback. Guys, we send our clients randomly surveys that they do every 30 days. Now, not the same clients. We want to know what you think of us, right? So my staff gets graded by people, and if there's an issue anywhere, which has come up, of course, has happened, then guess what? We're all over it, right? I get on the phone, we call you in to meet with you, we fix whatever the misunderstanding is. Why? Because we care. Your experience is something that no advertising can buy, right? So the referral base that we get a huge referral base. A lot of our clients refer their friends, refer their family. You can't put a price on that because a referral from a past client is perhaps the greatest compliment you can ever get. And whenever there's an issue, we make sure we avoid issues. And if there is an issue, which do come up, we make sure we nip them in the bud fast so that you don't have to feel like, okay, well, my attorney doesn't care. No, right? That's not the way it works. And your attorney should make you feel that level of comfort. The problem is attorneys forget, guys, that you hire us, okay? We don't hire you. You walk, I don't know why, but there's been this thing, especially in Connecticut, where attorneys have a chip on their shoulder making people feel like they're better than everybody else. It's not the case, okay? It's not. We work for you, right? So if you hire my firm, I'm being hired by you. So I owe you explanations. I owe you updates. I owe you the best possible legal representation we can provide to you, right? But attorneys forget that. They're like, hey, I'll call you when I have something, or da-da-da-da-da. It makes people feel small and unimportant. And if you feel like your case is small, or if your attorney's making you feel that way, that's terrible. That's bad, and you need to move on. In Connecticut, guys, just so you know, in changing attorneys, you always have the right to change attorneys at no charge. What that means is that the attorney is not going to you're not going to pay two fees. It's still the same fee that you originally signed on for. Just the two attorneys work out who gets what. It doesn't affect you at all. So if you're in a situation where you're unhappy with your lawyer, whether it be calling me or somebody else, you need to look at your options, because guys, it doesn't get any better. Okay. Somebody just doesn't wake up and is a better lawyer. It just doesn't wake up and say, hey, look, I'm going to fix this. Usually their pattern and practice is what it is. All right. And you really want to see how you're valued at a law firm. And you look at several things. How's the staff? How do they treat me? How do they speak to me? What's the office look like, right? Do they invest? How's their website? How are their reviews? How are their rewards? Do they live up to their promises? Did I actually get to meet with or get to speak to, or do I feel I have access to Attorney Goff or somebody else? These are the things you need to keep in mind, guys, when choosing an injury lawyer, okay? In 2020, I know it's all your year. Hopefully, I guarantee, by the way, you all know somebody that was in an accident, workers' comp, whatever, and you should share this video with them. However, I will tell you this, 2020 is your year, and you're going to take back your health, you're going to take back your control of your case. And whether that means you're going to switch attorneys or you're going to meet with an attorney, it's a free consultation, guys, for any kind of case, for personal injury or workers' comp. You have nothing to lose. Meet with somebody and hear what we have to say. If you don't like what we have to say, or you just are like, okay, well, I can do this myself, at least you know you're making an educated decision. Right? Because that's all that matters. You need to hire an attorney because you want an attorney, not because you need an attorney, right? That's key. And that's something that most, unfortunately, clients, and when we survey them, they don't feel, not here, but previous experiences that they've done. The most common complaint we get, not here, but we ask our clients from prior representation, like, why didn't you go back to that attorney? Communication. I didn't have access. And honestly, I didn't feel like they cared. Well, that's terrible. And why would you stay? That attorney's lucky you stayed. You don't have to. There's so many other options, okay? So again, take 2020 is your year. Take your health back. Take your life back. We're going to get you on your feet, and you're going to get moving on, whether it's settling your case, whether it's being educated on your case. You should be pumped up. You should be ready. You should be ecstatic that now, like I said, this is your year. Okay, all of you, anybody that's sitting here watching the video saying, oh, what she says makes a lot of sense, or I should have done this or that, it's never too late, all right? Do what I'm telling you to do, and you're going to better serve yourself and your family. So again, if you know somebody that's in an accident or a workers' comp case, call me. You can call me, no problem. 203-399-0000, extension 1. That's if you have a new case. If you want to text us, that's fine too, 203-399-0000. No pressure, guys. You come in, you can meet with me. We can do it by phone. We can do it by Skype. We can do it by FaceTime. And we just talk. And at the end, we talk like two people. I have very good coffee. We have some snacks. And we just hash out what happened. And I give you the realistic expectation going forward and what you can expect on your own versus an attorney. Then you can make that decision. Okay? And maybe, who knows? Maybe you'll walk out of here with a new sense of a new sense of security, knowing that your case, either you are blah blah blah, whether you're armed with now information that you can use, or you know what, you decide, I'm going to let the attorney handle it. I have nothing to lose anyways, right? It's the attorney's going to get paid only if I get a settlement down the road. What do I have to lose? Guys, Happy New Year. Enjoy. Take these last couple of days off of the vacation. Enjoy with your families. And if you have any question, there's no question that's stupid. You can Facebook message us. You can text us, the 203-399-0000, or you can call us, 203-399-0000, extension 1. I look forward to meeting all of you, working with you all in the new year. I look forward to giving you guys kick-ass representation, and I look forward to putting my money where my mouth is. Have a good one, guys. Happy New Year. Thanks.